So in the research department is this idea of good scientists. We want to be a good scientist. And you have kind of this range of good scientists. You have the full member is that person who just makes good scientists. I mean, if you think of good scientists, I think of Professor QC. So then there was also this notion of non-modal scientists. So that is, it's not a scientist who just focus on his or her research. They're actually interested in other people. But they're interested in training, or they were interested in teaching, they were interested in several of the professors spoke to high school students in the lab or something. They did something other than just focusing on publishing, perishing, or getting research. Then, but especially early in the history, they had this notion of the scientific community member. And this was really born of their founding chair, who was a female scientist, very well known in her field, but she was also very, very good at building collaboration within the department. And she kind of infused that art flow. It's not her alone, because there are other people who related to this way of doing things, which is how she emerged as the chair. But it was this notion of we have to have a strong department together in order to have strong labs. So that was that idea of the scientific community. Inclusion dynamics were around by some constructive interactions. And constructive interactions were just the ways that social and material resources were exchanged within the department. And the interesting thing in this department, particularly early on, is how a lot of these inclusion dynamics were around helping each other advance their resource sources. You can just walk down to the lab and borrow what you needed, or the entire department, not the entire groups within the department getting together and getting equipment or resources for everyone, whether they needed to use it or not. So those kinds of things, and those types of dynamics help people move towards the sciences ability, that good science ability, like this. Then, of course, there was an exclusion dynamic, which tends around failure to interact. So with the scientific community group idea, it was important that you also interact with other scientists in the department, because you often do a lab all by yourself. And not sharing ideas, etc. It was important to establish a research flow, and people who ran afoul of that quickly either had to adjust or they found themselves in trouble. And that's around this normal autonomy. They were cooperative scientists that helped each other, but it was still a big part of professional identity to maintain some level of autonomy. And by establishing your own research flow, that also helped in establishing their autonomy, getting their own resources, etc. Then in this department, there was not having children for tenure. And that was another area where it kind of run afoul. Not to say that people didn't, but in the particular case of the woman who did, she made extra effort to make sure people saw, hey, I'm still doing my science here. But she felt some tensions around that as well. And hopefully I have time to touch on that some more. And overtly rejected, marginalized, and I think marginalized, you're on your way out the door. No prima donnas. Prima donnas were viewed as people who started to corner resources, cause dissension, so on. And internally competitive scientists were stealing ideas from other people. That kind of thing was apparently going on in a lot of things that people talk about was just going on in former departments they had been in. And no long rules.